Yo, what's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro Duel video. The new zombie cards from the structure deck revealed a couple of days ago, so let's try them out. Again, this is currently the build, like always feel free to leave suggestions. There's a small Vendred, there is a Vendred engine here in this regular, quote-unquote regular zombie deck. I mean, I've played pure, but playing like a pure build and I don't see any strong first turn openings outside maybe like normal summon Gozuki for example, or Uni-Zombie or something like that, and ending with Omega first turn. That's not really that strong, and because of the two Link monsters here, you know, the Vampire Sucker and the new Vendred Link monster, you can definitely play the Vendred, the small Vendred engine of the two ritual monsters, pre-preparation of rites, and then, you know, any combination of the two ritual spells. Evolution, somewhat the Shadow Fusion, I think is much better, since, you know, there are multiple 2-card combos with your Uni-Zombie-alike cards, like, you know, your Samurai Skull or your Gozuki, with any ritual that is. So again, your Spirit King I think is the best one from the zombie structure deck, followed by Banshee to tutor pretty much, you know, your zombie world. The other cards, the trap card Return of the Zombie, it's okay I guess, but I mean 40 cards in the main deck, I don't run to like run more, at least over 40 cards, and the other trap like Impermanence is just flat out better. And yeah, same for the, what is it called, that Tatsu Necro? I mean, the card could have been much better, like give it something like a Debris Dragon effect, but it's not. I mean, it lets you fusion or synchro summon, like using a monster from your hand, but it only works like that if it's normal summoned or, you know, flipped face up, and that's like too slow, since you want to keep your normal summon for Gozuki-alike cards, Uni-Zombie, you know, those cards. Okay, let's see a couple of example duels. Okay, so duel number 1. Again, as I mentioned before, there was like a Vendred engine in the deck. I definitely prefer running something like rituals, or just getting an extra zombie monster on your side of the field, and at the same time have a follow-up play after that, right? You can definitely run things like Instant Fusion for Theseus to get another zombie type monster on your side of the field, but okay, you can go for your Link 2 summon, but what are you going to do after that? And that's where the Vendred engine comes in, right? I mean, definitely having access to at least 2 ritual summons during the same turn, and if you're running cards like Vendred Core or Streaches, you already have an extra zombie body on your side of the field, so that makes Summon Sorceress quite easy to go to, and good old zombies of, you know, going for Summon Sorceress best case scenario, ending with 1 Omega. Okay, that's good, but I think this is better. I mean, going for Goblin, again, giving you the extra normal summon for any foolish burial-alike monster, you know, Samurai Skull, Gozuki, Uni-Zombie. Set up your graveyard, and again, as I mentioned before in my previous videos, I'm always aiming, if I have the option, I'm always aiming to Beatrice first turn. Again, Beatrice sets up your Banshee, Banshee will set up Zombie World, and during your opponent's turn you can tutor your Spirit King, your Drunchuil, or whatever its name is. Again, I think one of the best cards from the zombie structure. It's from the structure deck, right? But again, one of the best boss monsters. I mean, with its Treeborn effect, again, it's very, very solid. But it's very easy to interrupt, let's say, with DD Crow or, you know, Called by the Grave are just 2 very easy outs against your Spirit King. So, you know, your opponent can definitely get himself out of the Spirit King lock, right? One of the versions here, I was still running multiple copies of Called by the Grave. It's one of those cards that it can definitely be main decked. I mean, this deck is super vulnerable, like most decks, against hand traps, right? So running Call by the Grave is definitely an option. The new Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon, definitely good. It's level 7, so it's not that hard to make. I mean, you have Uni-Zombie being a level 3 tuner, and then, you know, any level 4 makes this card. And again, if your Red Eyes monster, or at least if any zombie monster on the field is destroyed, I believe my Battle by the card effect doesn't really matter, you can use the level 7 Red Eyes Synchro monster and then use its Monster Reborn effect to reborn a zombie monster from both players' graveyard. So again, zombie rolled on the field, you can reborn basically anything from your opponent's graveyard. That can definitely be good, extending your plays, extending combos. Again, giving your bigger monsters, give you bigger monsters on your side of the field. And again, it's very easy to make, so definitely very solid. But yeah, it's again not something that solves the core problems that zombies still have, right? But again, it's definitely good. And next to the Spirit King, definitely one of the better cards from the structure deck. Here at this point, I was still running the Tatsu Necro, yeah, you know, the level 3 one, again upon normal summon, right? You can definitely go for the Synchro Summon by using a level 4 zombie monster, or at least, yeah, go for the zombie extra deck summon, but again, it needs your normal summon. And okay, there might be a situation where you don't have the Gozuki, you don't have the Uni Zombie, and man, okay, you have your normal summon for the Tatsu Necro, I believe the name is. Okay, then it all works out fine. It's also basically a 1 card level 7 Synchro Summon for your Red Eyes. Okay, that's cool. But it's again very restrictive, and I think in just most situations it's either not you don't really need it, or again it's just other options are probably just better, right? Against ninjas, going first again, having one of your, well, basically any Foolish Burial alike zombie. Here in this case, Uni Zombie eventually, and going for the Ritual Summon, I believe, thanks to Evolution or Revolution. The Shadol alike Vendred card leads to this particular combo of Summon Sorceress and the Goblin Zombie, giving you, at least Goblin Nightmare, to give you the extra normal summon and to search off of your Goblin Zombie. The fact that Goblin Zombie is not once per turn gives this particular combo some extra credit, I guess. Again, Beatrice was definitely an option, and that's why one of the new level 2 tuners, the, what is it called, the Shinobi, Necro Shinobi, definitely has a place in this deck. You need to run it for this particular combo of eventually, you know, when your Shinobi is banished from the graveyard. And of course, very easy with your Ritual Summon. You can special summon it from your banished pile. So that's basically a level 2 tuner on your side of the field, which opens up later a level 6 Synchro play, giving you very appropriately another level 6 to go for Beatrice next to your Ritual Summon. Okay, you're sacrificing your Ritual Monster, your Raven Dread Slayer's on-field effect, but either you already used it, you know, previously during the same turn, or you don't really need it, since again, going for something like Beatrice, the rank 6 Exceed, or maybe with a level 2 tuner, a level 8 Synchro play, in most cases I think that's just better than, you know, keeping your Raven Dread Slayer on the field. Again, I mean, this new Vendred link definitely has its options, and that's one of the reasons why splashing like a small, quote-unquote small Vendred engine in the deck I think is good, since this Vendred link, of course, is a zombie, can be reborn by Mizuki or Book of Life, and has that once per turn effect to get back any Vendred card from your graveyard. And I think in most situations it will just be your Ritual card, right? Your regular Origin, I believe the name is, your Ritual spell card. Again, that's basically a free Ritual Summon right there. And then in most situations that can definitely be important. I mean, it's just an extra zombie type on your side of the field, and then upgrading your Link Summons or extra Synchro Summons, etc, etc. Vampire Sucker again, giving me the extra draw. Battle Lord, I believe its name is, special summon Streegis, and again the combo goes off quite easy again. Okay, the hand trap will definitely, at least a well placed or a well timed hand trap, can definitely be a problem, but you know, I think this build definitely needs Call by the Grave in the main deck. But eventually, you know, some shenanigans with Goblin Zombie had access to Omega, so I definitely go for that. And I think I should be going, yep, indeed, going for the Red Eyes Zombie to just, you know, reborn anything from my opponent's graveyard, since the Skull Dread, Saruja indeed was destroyed, so reborning his Diablos. And that's a pretty much a free 3k body on the field to deal some extra damage and potentially again attack for game. So again, okay, this new level 7, again, super solid card. It's currently at 2 in the extra deck, although 1 might be fine, right? Again, going first, using the extra draw of Vampire Sucker. In most situations, I think Vampire Sucker is better than the Vendred Link monster because of the extra draw. Well, again, depends on your combos, right? But I think in most situations it is, since now this leads to, of course, Summon Sorcerer's Goblin, you know, the regular combo I've been showing a couple of times already. Since, again, this particular field or combo is, again, very easy to make, since you have multiple 2-card combinations. And here is one of the examples where your Shinobi, your level 2 tuner indeed comes into play and is needed to go into Beatrice, since it gives you the level 2 tuner on the field basically for free. And you know, with your ritual summon, it was quite easy to banish it, right? Something like a Gozuki also has the ability to banish your level 2 tuner, but again, things go together, right? During your opponent's turn, during the draw phase, throw Reborn the Spirit King to make use of its effect. And I think I'm going to negate or banish, yeah, indeed, use Omega's effect. And you know, as Omega now is a zombie type, so forcing out the Spirit King's effect by banishing, I believe, the token. Not give him the option to go for, you know, the Sky Striker link. Diablos is fine, I guess. The Vendred link will be protected. The Spirit King will reborn itself during the next standby phase. And Goblin, well, Goblin's not that important, but here I should be able to attack for game, I guess, using the Vendred's, the link effect indeed, and then forcing out Spirit King to banish something on my opponent's side of the field. And then again, going for the level 7 Synchro, potentially giving me an extra special summon here. A Boral Sword is also more than enough to attack for a game. So I'm definitely very happy with this build. I tried playing the deck without the Vendreds, but again, it was super slow. I don't see that working. I mean, maybe Scapegoats to get some, well, speed, I guess, some link speed into the deck, giving you zombie monsters on the field with Zombie World face up, of course, but I don't like that. I think Vendreds or small Vendred engine, it's definitely an option, but and something I've mentioned in the previous video is that, as you probably already know, already have seen in other videos or whatever, in my previous video maybe, is that, you know, is playing like pure Vendreds, a little more Vendred monsters in the main deck, like level 8 Vendred core as well in the main deck, gives you so many options to just pull off like an extra link over your opponent. So, as you know, Vendreds, the ritual, pure Vendreds basically, do have multiple 2-card combinations to U-link, extra link your opponent out of the duel. So, it feels like that particular way of like competitively speaking of playing zombies, I think overshadows like this way of playing zombies. Maybe like a more synchro based or based on your Spirit King. Competitively speaking, again, is probably a little bit less competitive compared to you know, the Vendred deck, pure Vendreds of multiple 2-card combinations that lead to extra links. So, but yeah, whatever, right? Just play what you want to play. So again, yeah, eventually attack for a game, I guess. So this is, again, currently my build. Like always, feel free to leave suggestions. I'm definitely open for suggestions. I definitely want an Ash Blossom. Hand traps are definitely needed in the main deck, but I mean, space is definitely an issue. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a card or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.